Why would Nvidia want to purchase Groq?
From a strategic standpoint, an acquisition makes a lot of sense for Nvidia. It wouldn't be about buying revenue, but about acquiring key defensive and offensive technologies.
The LPU inference threat. Groq's main innovation isn't just another AI chip, it's its language processing unit architecture. It's designed for deterministic low-latency inference, particularly for large language models. In benchmarks, Groq systems have demonstrated stunningly fast token generation speeds. Nvidia's GPUs are the undisputed king of training, but inference is a more fragmented, cost-sensitive battlefield. Groq represents a credible, architectural-level threat in a high-growth segment.
Acquiring a clean slate architecture. Groq's LPU is a software-defined, single-core sequential processor with a massive on-chip SRAM memory. This is fundamentally different from Nvidia's massively parallel cache hierarchy-based GPU architecture. Owning Groq would give Nvidia a completely different weapon in its arsenal to tackle specific inference workloads, especially where predictability and latency are more critical than raw throughput.
The software stack, Swift. Perhaps more valuable than the hardware is Groq's software compiler stack. Groq's success hinges on its ability to map AI models incredibly efficiently onto its unique hardware. This compiler technology would be a crown jewel for Nvidia, potentially integrable with its own CUDA ecosystem to offer customers more deployment options and performance profiles.
Neutralizing a competitor and acquiring talent. Buying Groq would remove a potential long-term architectural challenger. More importantly, it would bring on board Groq's elite team of chip architects, compiler engineers, and AI systems experts, a team with deep experience from Google's TPU project and other seminal projects.
Market expansion and lock-in. By offering a portfolio that includes both the dominant parallel, GPU, and a leading sequential, LPU, AI accelerator, Nvidia could cater to an even broader range of customer needs, from training to every type of inference. This would further solidify its ecosystem dominance.
Would it be a big success or a huge gambling? It would likely be a highly strategic, calculated move with a high probability of strategic success, but not without significant risks and costs.
Arguments for it being a big success. Defensive masterstroke. It would be a classic acquire the innovator move. Nvidia would own a disruptive architecture before it could grow into a major threat, protecting its core inference business.
Portfolio dominance. Nvidia's offering would become nearly unparalleled. CUDA for training and general AI, and Groq's technology for ultra-fast deterministic inference. Customers seeking best-in-class for specific tasks would have no alternative but to go with Nvidia's portfolio.
Ecosystem strengthening. Integrating Groq's compiler tech into Nvidia's software suite could create an even more powerful and flexible development platform, increasing lock-in.
The price is probably right. While still a multi-billion-dollar deal, Groq's valuation is a fraction of Nvidia's market cap. For Nvidia, it would be a manageable financial transaction for immense strategic gain.
Arguments for it being a risky gamble. Integration challenges, the biggest risk. Merging two radically different hardware architectures and software stacks is notoriously difficult. Could Nvidia successfully maintain and grow both lines without cannibalizing itself or confusing customers?
Cultural and execution risk. Groq is a small, agile, architecture-focused startup. Swallowing it into Nvidia's giant corporate machinery could kill the very innovative spirit they're trying to acquire.
Market validation. While Groq's benchmarks are impressive, it still has limited large-scale real-world deployment compared to Nvidia's ubiquitous GPUs. Is the LPU architecture a niche product or a truly general-purpose inference solution?
Antitrust scrutiny. Any significant acquisition by Nvidia in the AI accelerator space would face intense regulatory examination globally. This could delay or even block the deal, although Nvidia offers $20 billion to purchase the Groq.
In a high-stakes game of AI hardware, purchasing Groq would be Nvidia playing a strategic king move, not rolling the dice.
After purchasing Groq, what's the advantages of Nvidia over AMD, Google, Amazon, and TransTorrent in AI processors?
Excellent follow-up question. If Nvidia were to acquire Groq, the strategic advantages over its key competitors would be profound and multi-layered. Here's a breakdown of the hypothetical advantages over each rival.
1 versus AMD and other traditional chip makers like Intel.
Architectural monopoly. Nvidia would possess two distinct market-leading architectures, its own parallel GPU for training and general-purpose AI, and Groq's sequential LPU for deterministic inference. AMD only has a GPU/APU roadmap, MI300X and beyond. This gives Nvidia an unmatched right tool for the job portfolio.
Unassailable software moat. Combining CUDA with Groq's bespoke compiler stack would create an insurmountable software barrier. Developers would have two highly optimized NVIDIA-owned pathways for deployment, further locking them into the ecosystem. AMD's ROC-M, while improving, chases a moving target that would now be even further ahead.
Market coverage. NVIDIA could address both hyperscale batch inference on GPUs and latency-sensitive real-time inference on LPUs, leaving AMD with a gap in its high-performance lineup.
2 versus Google TPU.
External market credibility. Google's TPU is brilliant, but remains largely an internal weapon for Google Cloud. NVIDIA, as a merchant vendor, dominates the broader market. Adding Groq's LPU would give it a chip specifically designed to beat TPU-like architectures, sequential execution, at their own game, and NVIDIA would sell it to everyone.
Freedom of deployment. Customers could deploy the NVIDIA plus Groq combo on-premises in any cloud or at the edge. Google's TPU is predominantly tied to Google Cloud. This flexibility is a major advantage for enterprises with hybrid or multi-cloud strategies.
Avoiding vendor lock-in. Enterprises wary of being locked into a single cloud provider, AWS, would see NVIDIA's hardware as a portable, high-performance alternative.
4 versus TransTorrent and other AI startups.
Instantaneous scale and ecosystem. TransTorrent has innovative ideas, chiplets, RISC-V integration, but NVIDIA has scale, manufacturing partnerships, TSMC, and a deployed ecosystem of millions of GPUs. Acquiring Groq would be a move to co-opt a specific, threatening innovation and instantly deploy it at a scale no startup can match.
Instantaneous scale and ecosystem. TransTorrent has innovative ideas, chiplets, RISC-V integration, but NVIDIA has scale, manufacturing partnerships, TSMC, and a deployed ecosystem of millions of GPUs. Acquiring Groq would be a move to co-opt a specific threatening innovation and instantly deploy it at a scale no startup can match.
The financial fortress would be the cash flow allows it to outspend any startup on R&D, acquire emerging threats, and compete on price if needed. It could absorb Groq and make LPU technology a standard offering, squeezing the oxygen out of startups competing in the same inference niche.
System-level solution. Startups often sell chips or cards. NVIDIA sells complete systems, servers, networking, and software. Adding Groq's LPU to its DGX, HGX server lines would offer a system-level performance advantage no startup could replicate.
Synthesis, the ultimate advantage, the AI suite.
The overarching advantage would be portfolio completeness and ecosystem control.
NVIDIA would command training sovereignty, inference dominance, software kingdom, and full-stack control.
Conclusion. In this hypothetical scenario, the purchase of Groq would not just be about getting a new chip. It would be a strategic move to eliminate a specific architectural threat, envelop its innovation, and present a unified front that no single competitor could match on all fronts.
It would force AMD to play an endless game of catch-up in a broader field, relegate cloud chip designs to cost optimization plays rather than performance leaders, and dramatically raise the bar for any aspiring AI chip startup. The gamble would be integration, but the advantage would be near total market coverage.
Thank you for watching the Frontliner of Tech World program. See you on next exciting topic. Subscribe and give us like on our video if you like the topic. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.